Hello and what's up everybody, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who haven't got a clue, I of course am the FPL train. We're on this channel and we talk all things obviously fantasy football, and as you can see by the thumbnail what you clicked on, I of course activated my triple captaincy for this game week. Now before I reveal what my team selection is going into game week 32, we've got to look back unfortunately at game week 31 first. And as you can see, I scored 37 points overall, which is absolutely a shower of garbage. It was rubbish. It was terrible. It was a tough watch. I made one transfer in this game week. I did think about making two. Thankfully, Isaac did play, so I didn't have to make that second one. Even though I didn't make it anyway, so I got lucky there. But I took out Mateta, who scored, and I brought in Slanky, who didn't. And that didn't half annoy me. I can't lie, because obviously Crystal Palace at Brighton, which I thought was a tougher fixture than, you know, Spurs going up against Southampton. Obviously, Spurs did score 3 goals, but Slanky didn't get any involvement at all. So, yeah, not a great week for me at all. I've got a red arrow yet again. I'm used to that now, though. So, yeah, overall, it was an absolutely shower of, well, it was rubbish. It was just rubbish. So, at least goalkeeper-wise, you know, Nick Pope was my goalie. He got me 6 points. Clear clean sheet against Leicester, because Leicester's don't know how to score goals. I can't remember the last time they even scored a goal, so that one was right. Back three consisted obviously of Ruben, Trippier and Timber. So obviously Ruben got the assist, not the assist, I'm going mentally. He got the clean sheet against Man United. Did get a yellow card though, but he still got a clean sheet, so 5 points there. And Trippier obviously got that clean sheet against Leicester, because Leicester don't know how to score goals. Timber only got the 1 point note against Everton. He played 29 minutes in that game, so he started on the bench, which wasn't great. And then my bench options for defence was Colwell, who got absolutely jack. Didn't even play a single minute in that game against Brentford, so got away with that one. And Konza only got the 1 point against Nottingham Forest. Midfield-wise, you know, horrendous, because my midfielder that was on the bench scored more points than all my other midfielders. So obviously Rodgers was my bench option, my first bench option, and he scored, which is great for him. And he got 2 bonus points. He got 9 points, and I didn't get any of them. Didn't get any of them because my starting midfield consisted of Saka, who didn't start against Everton. He had played 45 minutes in that game, so that was frustrating. Semenyo got 6 though, but at least he got something for a change. He did get an assist in that 2-2 draw, and he got a bonus point as well, so I'll definitely have to take those points. Sarr has been absolutely shocking in the last 2 game weeks I've got him in, so clearly that was definitely a stupid decision to bring him in, so that was annoying. And Mo Salah blanked. The guy who never really blanks is now blanked 2 game weeks on the trot, so that's worrying, isn't it? That's not what you want, especially if you're a Liverpool fan. You're thinking, what's going on here? So the fact that Rodgers outscored all these guys is really annoying, but sums up my season so far. And then obviously my front 3, no better at all. So Isaac didn't score against Leicester. He played against Leicester. You think guaranteed goal. 71 minutes, comes off, no goal. Shocking there. Slanky's got Southampton at home. You're thinking this is going to be a piece of cake. He played 86 minutes. No goal or assist. Absolutely shocking. Marmoush played against United. We just loved to concede goals. Didn't even score in that game. He played full 90, but it was the most boring 0-0 draw I've watched in a long time. But yeah, absolutely shocking. So massive disappointment yet again. What can I say? I'm having an absolute awful season. Like I've always said, I'm not an FPL expert, clearly. I'm just a guy who likes playing FPL, but this season has been absolutely shocking. So I can say it now, I'm not going to win FPL this season, that is for sure, but oh my god, I've been let down so many times, and yet again this week I've been let down again, taking Mateta out for Slanky. It was a big decision as it was, but for that, oh god, it was nightmare. I want to say let's hope 32 is going to be better, but let's face it, I've activated the triple captaincy, and we both know what's going to happen. My captain's going to blank, isn't it? But anyway, let's reveal it all then, shall we? So then on to my team selection then for game week 32, where I do have 2 free transfers for this game week, and I've got I know what I'm doing for this game week in terms of my transfers, so I'll reveal all that as we're going through it. Newcastle and Crystal Palace are double game week in this game week as well, so do I want more of those players? You'll find out there, but yeah, Let's talk the goalkeeper then. So obviously Nick Pope is going to be my goalie. Got the double game week against Man United and Crystal Palace. Man United have got a second leg against Lyon coming up, so they might drop a few of their key players there, hopefully. So there's a good chance that Newcastle could do well there. Because let's face it, Man United are doing awful this season. They've given up in the league. So that's why Nick Pope's going to be my goalie. It's a shame, really, because Verbruggen, my second goalkeeper, my backup goalkeeper's at Leicester at home, who don't know how to score goals. So it would have been nice to have had him in goal, really, as well. So a bench boost would have been nice, but I'm just not confident all my players are going to play in this game week. My back three then is going to consist of obviously Ruben Diaz, Kieran Trippier and Konza. So Diaz has got obviously Crystal Palace at home, nice fixture for them. Trippier's got the double game week this week, so fingers crossed they can do well there, Newcastle. And then Konza's away at Southampton. Now, I'm not actually confident that Konza's going to play because obviously he's got the second round leg against PSG, so he might get dropped for Southampton to play against PSG. So that's why when you look at my bench, Colwell is ahead of Timber because I think the same issue with Timber could happen. He might not play against Brentford and play in the Real Madrid game in the Champions League. Whereas Colwell, I do think there's a good chance that he could start against Ipswich. I might be wrong, but that is my thinking there. So that is my back three. On paper, it looks good, but like I said, there's a good chance Konza might not play. And knowing my luck, they'll drop Colwell as well because he's got that Europa Conference League and Timber's got the Champions League. So I could just have two defenders this week. But fingers crossed, Konza does start. Southampton away is always a good fixture. With the midfield then, so what you'll notice straight away is the fact that Saka has dropped to my bench. He is currently classed down as a knock, 75% chance of playing, but I have a feeling he will probably play in this game, but I don't know how long he'll play and if he'll start. The reality is, I've already mentioned it, with Timber. Arsenal got Real Madrid second leg coming up next week, so I have a feeling Arteta might not start Saka in this game, so realistically, I don't think he's going to get many minutes in the game, so that is why Saka's dropped to my bench. You could argue, though, Morgan Rogers is in the exact same boat, really, but the thing is, Rogers just seems to constantly play 90 minutes, 99% of the time, apart from that time he went off after 87 minutes against Brighton recently, but most of the time he is playing consistently, week in, week out, whether it's Wednesday, Sunday, Thursday. Well, I didn't play Thursday. It's Tuesday, Saturday. So I'm going to edge Rodgers ahead of Saka just because I think there's a better chance that Rodgers is going to get more minutes. And he's got Southampton away, which is a tasty fixture. Semenyo still in my team. He's got Fulham at home. I hate having him in my team, but I'm going to stick with him for now. You could argue I could, make a transfer and bring in Eze, but I'm not feeling it, if I'm being honest. That's why I'm sticking with Semenyo. Sar's got the double game week against Man City and Newcastle, both away. This is the reason why I'm not getting Eze, because those two are difficult fixtures. They're both trying to get Champions League football, Man City and Newcastle. That's all they've got left to play for. Well, Man City got the FA Cup. But realistically, I just don't think Southampton do that well in those games, which is why I'm not really going heavy on Crystal Palace in this game week. And then finally, I've got Mohamed Salah, who's not my triple captain for this game week. Might be surprised, might not. But he's got West Ham at home. He's blanked now 2 game weeks in a row, which is a bit worrying, really. But yeah, so he's of course going to be starting for me, but hopefully he can get a goal. But I'm hoping he doesn't outperform my triple captain, because that is going to really be a kick in the teeth for me. Finally then, my 3 strikers, and it is the same 3 strikers that it was before. It's Isak, Solanke and Marmoush. So you'll notice straight away then that I've made no transfers this game week. I'm going to roll the transfers because I'm just not feeling it right now. There's nothing there that stands out for me that I want to really target. Yes, I've only got 1 double game week player from Crystal Palace for this week, but I don't like the double game weeks, and I've got tripled up on Newcastle, so there's nothing more I can do there. So I have no interest in making any transfers. My triple captain then is of course going to be Isak of Newcastle. He's got Man United and Crystal Palace both at home. Like I've said before, last couple of times now when I mentioned Newcastle players, Man United have to go and win the Europa League, so they might be dropping players for that Newcastle game. The fact that it's at St James's Park is a massive boost as well, and he's also got Crystal Palace at home, which is not the worst fixture in the world either to have. So Newcastle, I'm not actually sure if they're still in the FA Cup. I can't think off the top of my head, but the fact is Newcastle are going for Champions League football. They're going to need to score goals to do that. So Isak will be my triple captain for this game week. And now my luck he will blank in the next 2 games, which is going to really tick me off really. But yeah, fingers crossed he can smash it. But he is going to be my triple captain for this game week. And that of course leaves Solanke. He's got Wolves away. Now that's a nice fixture. No, my luck he'll get dropped now because obviously he's struggling. Well, Spurs are struggling in that Europa League game against, I think it's Frankfurt they had. But Wolves away is a nice fixture. I really hope they play in because the guy hasn't scored now since the Newcastle game in game week 20. Now he has been injured. Oh, it's game week 28. So the last 4 game weeks he's been back. He hasn't scored. Game week 28 was unfortunate. They had a penalty and didn't let him take it. But I really need Solanke to score because I've gone for this gamble avenue because he's quality when he's on it. So far he's not been on it. It's just a little bit worrying to me. And then finally, I got Marmoush. You can't not have him in your team, really. Haaland's out for God knows how long. This guy's playing 90 minutes of football. Man City finally click, then you're going to be laughing. So it's a decent fixture for him to have. It's at home as well. That's the main thing. So that is why I'm going to keep Marmoush in my team. So that's how the team is then, overall, as you can see. Triple captains obviously on Isak. Let me know what you think. Honestly, am I confident? Not really. In the slightest, but fingers crossed it works out for me. Let me know what you think then of this team, and let me know what you guys are doing for game week 32. Are you triple captain? Are you wildcarding? Are you bench boosting? What are you guys doing? And what do you think about my theory that these players are going to get dropped for the second round leg of the Champions League and the Europa League? Let me know down in the comments, or don't let me know at all. You know, doesn't really matter, I guess. But yeah. And also, before you go, don't forget to like this video, hit subscribe, and I'll see you all on the next one.